Hi guys, welcome to my first broadcast on behalf of Heartmybodyfitness.com. I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you about the definition of physical fitness and why that definition is so important in how we think about fitness and our bodies and how we train. My name is Emily and I am, hey Michelle, I'm so glad you joined. I was thinking about you, wondering if you would. My name is Emily and I am the creator of Heart My Body Fitness, and I'm also a personal trainer, assistant director of a fitness facility, group fitness instructor, and I hold my master's degree in exercise science. So let's get right to this. The reason why I wanted to share this as my first broadcast is that when I heard the definition of physical fitness, it really created a paradigm shift in my mind as to how I was feeling about myself and my training and my goals, and I think that that can be really beneficial for everybody. So let's go through this definition here. The definition is defined by the American College of Sports Medicine. If you're not familiar with the American College of Sports Medicine, they're like the overarching body of the fitness industry. It's not a regulated industry, so there's no one who's doing, regulation. But I would think that if we were regulated, then they would be our regulatory body. They basically take research from all across the world and they put it all together, and then they create these recommendations for us based on all of that research. So they've got a lot of good info going on. So their definition is, physical fitness is the ability to carry out daily tasks with vigor and alertness, without undue fatigue, and with ample energy to enjoy leisure pursuits and meet unforeseen emergencies. I didn't hear anything about six-pack or thigh gap or how attractive you are in that definition, right? Let's break that down a little bit further. So, carrying out daily tasks with vigor and alertness, okay, makes me think that you're ready to go do another activity and you're all there, you're engaged. Without undue fatigue, so not being overly tired. With ample energy to carry out or to enjoy leisure pursuits. So what are the things that you want to do in life? Do you have the fitness level that will allow you to do them with energy and being able to be present and fully engaged in that activity? And to meet unforeseen emergencies. I like this one because I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of Walking Dead, the TV show, and so I think about this one like, if there's a zombie apocalypse, I want to be fit enough that I can run away or like smash some zombies in the head. That's how I think of this one. So meeting unforeseen emergencies. You can probably think of more realistic unforeseen emergencies in your real life, but that's what I like to think of. So nowhere in there is there any mention of our aesthetics, right? I think that's really important to remember. Let's break down the components of physical fitness, because I think that that's also really important. So the first one is cardiorespiratory endurance. So looking at our cardiovascular system and our respiratory system, and can we maintain prolonged physical activity or movements of our major muscle groups over time. So an example of cardiorespiratory endurance activity would be like swimming or hiking or walking, that kind of thing. The next one is muscular strength. Literally, how much force can your muscle produce? How much load can you lift in one single repetition? Then there's muscular endurance, which would refer to your muscle being under tension for a prolonged period of time, right? So if we think about like cardiorespiratory endurance, you're walking up a flight of stairs, how winded do you get, right? And then muscular endurance would be you're lifting up a box and you're carrying it up the stairs with you, so you're having to hold on to it for a prolonged period of time. And then flexibility is looking at range of motion throughout our joints. And then there's body composition, and this one I think is what gets so much attention and where people start to get a really skewed vision of what physical fitness is. So body composition is the ratio of fat mass versus fat-free mass in our body. Fat-free mass would be like your muscle, your bone, water, that kind of thing. Now that body composition, that is where our aesthetics start to come into play, right? And all these different components can relate to our physical aesthetics, But the purpose of cardiorespiratory endurance, muscular strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, and body composition is to support the definition that I explained earlier, right? To be able to engage in leisure pursuits with energy and to meet unforeseen emergencies, to have the ease of your body to move around throughout space. So I think that definition is really important for us to keep in mind, especially when we're on social media and we see someone who's physically fit and they just look so ripped and you're like, I'm never gonna get there, right? Maybe that's physical fitness, and they're probably physically fit, although some people do take it too far and maybe are using outside sources to get so fit. But more importantly, right, are you meeting that original definition? Are you able to do the things you want to do in life? And I think that's ultimately more important than the aesthetics. If you have aesthetic goals, no problem, that's great. I know that I have them myself. I feel better about myself when I feel like I look okay, right? But that's a kind of a separate set of goals that you can then achieve, so long as you're not hurting your overall fitness. So some takeaways that I have from this definition that I keep in mind for myself and for my clients is that not everyone who looks physically fit is physically fit, right? If you're using some sort of supplemental something that maybe isn't so good for you, then that's not a great thing. If you're overtraining, then you're not able to be engaged in the things that you're doing or have energy and avoid undue fatigue, right? The second takeaway is that you don't have to look like a fitness model to be fit, right? Because that definition had nothing to do with how you look. So think about, am I able to carry out my daily tasks with energy? Do I feel good in my body? That kind of thing. And that, I think, will inform us better as to whether or not we're physically fit. I think it's important to note that a perfect body does not equal, hey Michael, a perfect body does not equal physical fitness. And keeping that in mind can really impact how we train, right? Because I think if our goal is purely aesthetic, then we run the risk of never being content with our training and meeting our goal. And we also run the risk of overtraining, which can be really dangerous for us. So keep that in mind as you are training. Cool. All right, I want to finish up this broadcast with just a little bit of background on Heartmybody Fitness and why I created this. As I mentioned earlier, this is my first live broadcast on Facebook Live on behalf of Heartmybody Fitness. And this was really a dream of mine, like 6 years ago, before I was even in grad school. I knew that I wanted to be able to engage, especially with young women, about physical fitness and body image and how all of those things coincide. And so when I was working on my master's degree, I just started to pull in little bits and pieces, and throughout my work in the fitness industry, I was able to kind of see what's working, and then also where are we doing our goal, our target audience, right, our clients, injustice. And I think one thing that I've seen is that, people tend to think that physical fitness is all about how you look, and then because that gets likes and that gets, people paying lots of money to you to help them achieve that goal, then we sort of get a distorted view of our body and what it should look like. So I wanted to create this space as something that can empower women and also teach them that, it's important to love your body, and part of that is treating it well through exercise and eating healthfully. So much more to come. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to do these more regularly, so if you have any recommendations of things you want to know about or questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Bye.